folks, how you doing? It's James JT at the Movies, and I'm back today for a different type of video. I wanted to delve a little bit deeper into my collection and show off some different editions of the same film or different parts of a franchise that I might have. And I was thinking about what I might want to talk about, and maybe also talk about as I'm going through it what sort of maybe compels me to keep getting different editions of the of the same film, because I know for some collectors, once they've got it, and that's fine. And for the most part, I'm like that as well. Like, there's loads of films here that you see on DVD, and like there's nothing really that would make me think, well, I must upgrade that to Blu-ray or to 4K. But there's a handful of franchises or a handful of sort of films that whatever sort of medium they bring them out on, I'm there day one and I'll buy it. So I thought I'd jump in and show you some of the different editions of the Star Wars movies that I've got, and sort of for a point of reference, rather than showing you various different versions of, say, all 9 films or all however many films there are when you include the spin-offs and whatnot. I thought I'll just use Empire Strikes Back as a point of reference. So the first one that I've got is the theatrical cut, the original sort of VHS release that we've got here, that I've had since I was a kid, of Empire Strikes Back, and it's actually signed, if you can see it there, by Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett. I was very lucky to meet him a couple of years ago at a Comic-Con in Bradford, and I got his like one of his sort of stills from the film as Boba Fett signed. Then I brought the VHS cover with me and sort of said, would you mind signing that as well? I felt a bit cheeky that he wasn't on it, because he is on some of the DVD artwork, but it's on the DVDs is where they've taken the chap that plays him in the prequels and got him to dub his voice, and I felt a bit cheeky taking a version essentially where his voice has been removed from it, even though it's still his physical performance sort of thing. So I thought, well, I'll take that one because I know that it's Boba Fett, it's the original Boba Fett voice sort of thing. So I got that, and then in 1997, I wasn't really the biggest Star Wars fan. I was only 5 years old in 1997, but I do remember the re-releases coming out and it being a big thing. And then a few years later, when these were on sale in a shop, my lovely Nan bought me the gold special editions. So that was the next time that I got Empire Strikes Back, and I love these editions. It's a wonder I haven't worn these tapes out, to be right honest. These and a handful of other things that have never actually been upgraded to DVD or any other sort of higher definition format are some of the only VHS ones that I've kept. But yeah, so I got that, and then the next one that I've got is the silver editions, if you like, the first time ever released on DVD. I think these are the 2004 special editions, where George Lucas started doing his bits of tinkering and stuff like that folks sort of get quite worked up about, shall we say, as well. I really don't mind most of what he's done. I can kind of see what he's getting at, because he's sort of trying to make it all a cohesive story and sort of make the prequels flow into the original trilogy better. There are a few things that do brass me off, but this is not the video for that. But yeah, so I got them, and then we got the gold release that came out. I asked my mum and dad for these for Christmas. The reason that I wanted these, if you can see it there on the sticker, is because instead of a special features disc like we got with the last one that I showed you, the special features on this is the theatrical cuts for the first and so far only time on official DVD. You can't get them on Blu-ray, at least officially. There are things like the despecialized editions, and there's Project 4K77, isn't there, in that series, but obviously they're bootlegs, and it's not really a road that I want to go down. I have been tempted, but it's not a road that I've gone down yet. But yeah, so I asked for these for Christmas when I was, I don't know, 12 or 13, because it had the original versions on it, and by which point I was a Star Wars nut. And then when I started working, one of the first things I got with one of my very first paychecks was the complete saga on Blu-ray. Complete at the time anyway, obviously with episodes 4 through 6, and then 1 through 3 on there. I love this set. I get that some people weren't best pleased with it because, again, Mr. Lucas went in and did some more tinkering with the original trilogy. The one thing I will comment on that I really don't like is where he's throwing Palpatine over the edge in Jedi, and they put the no in that they put in for Episode 3. It didn't work in Episode 3, and for me it certainly didn't work in Return of the Jedi. But there we go. So yeah, Star Wars, the complete saga as of 2011. I love that artwork with Luke walking one way and young Anakin walking another way. For the 6 movies, is there a better image that just encapsulates the whole thing? I don't think there is, but let me know down below if you disagree. And this comes with dozens of special features. It's a 9-disc set, 3 discs worth of special features. Some of them weren't ported over from the previous DVD edition, so I end up keeping things. And then just over the last couple of weeks, HMV were having an online sale, and I told myself I wasn't going to get the rest of them. New Hope Episode 4 Star Wars is my favourite, and I picked that one up on 4K, and then I actually also upgraded my Force Awakens Blu-ray to 4K purely because it came with the commentary from J.J. Abrams that was only released on the 3D edition. I don't have a 3D telly, and as it happens I can't watch 3D films because of wearing the glasses over the glasses. I come out with a horrible migraine at the end of it. But yeah, HMV were having a bit of a sale on, and I could not resist picking up again The Empire Strikes Back. I also picked up Return of the Jedi, which I'll show in my what I picked up in January DVD and Blu-ray haul as well. So that's it on 4K as well. So I haven't got them on Laserdisc. I've never had a Laserdisc player. I have got a couple of Bond Laserdiscs and an Indiana Jones one, which I think you can just see behind me there, with the Holy Grail and Blade Runner on the shelf. But yeah, Star Wars seems to be one of those franchises where, try as I might, I just seem to be destined to keep buying them over and over and over again whenever they bring them out on a new format. And I just thought I'd make a video about it, really. There's no sort of point or agenda to it. I just sort of wanted to show them off and just sort of have a bit of a natter. But I suppose for me, the reason that I keep buying these films over and over again and wanting to experience them in the best quality possible is that they're some of my favourite films of all time. And they're the films that I regularly come back to, you know, films that I enjoyed as a child and, you know, as a teenager, and now as a grown man, still very much enjoy them. I probably watch them all once a year, and have been, you know, sort of hyped again in recent years that we've had a return to the franchise, and, you know, we've had the sequel trilogy, we've had the fantastic spin-off Rogue One, The Mandalorian, you know, there's a wealth of it now. I do think, and I could be in the minority for this, but I do think we're slightly oversaturated now for Star Wars content. I think there's too much to choose from. And once I'd sort of got over the initial sort of fanboying of, you know, the recent sort of, was it D23 or one of the Disney Expos where they announced the however many tens of Star Wars projects that they've got in the works at the moment, that are coming out. So once I got over that, oh my god, they're doing an Ahsoka show, oh my god, they're doing this, oh my god, they're doing that, we're getting this, we're getting that, and the, you know, Obi-Wan and Anakin's coming back, and, you know, and then I sort of thought about it and I was like, actually, it's probably all too much too soon. I would be interested to know, folks, are there any films that when, you know, a new edition or a better quality format or alternate artwork or whatever it might be, are there any films that you always find yourselves buying over and over and over again, no matter the fact that you've got it already sat at home on the shelf? Just an interesting sort of point of conversation, really, for me. I'm always curious to know. I'd say for me, that Star Wars, James Bond, are pretty much the ones that I think until my dying day I will continue to rebuy in the best quality sort of format as well. Tempted with Indiana Jones. There's potentially a 4K set of that coming out with the first 4 films later this year. It's been rumoured, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But yes, with Star Wars and with James Bond, I would definitely just, you know, keep buying any version of that they bring out. And like I say, I'm just curious to know, are there any films that you would do that with, and sort of have you any sort of different reasoning to mine? Is it, you know, is it favourite films? Is it, you know, different features on the discs? Is it, you know, different artwork? What is it that makes you sort of do the repeat buying side of things? So there we are, folks. A bit of a different video from me today, and I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. I just thought, sat in front of the camera, and you know, let's try something new, see if it works or not. Is this something that you'd like to hear me talk more about, different editions of films, and potentially why I've bought them, or is this a sort of a once and done sort of a thing? And like I mentioned earlier, are there any films that you feel that you're destined to keep getting the latest edition of over and over and over again? Until the end of time. Let me know down below in the comments. If you are new and this is the first time you've seen my channel, please think about subscribing. I talk about collecting physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, that sort of thing. I do DVD, Blu-ray and 4K hauls once a month. I show you what I've picked up and what I'm adding to my collection. I do individual movie reviews from time to time, and I just talk about my love for film and cinema in general. If that sounds like it's something that you're into, please think about subscribing and hitting that notification bell, and then that way when you do, you're the first person to know whenever I post a video. Please take very good care of yourselves, folks, and I will see you again soon for my next video. Cheers!